What I liked about Tekken was there was, first of all, a lot of characters to choose from. I mean, there's 50, maybe more characters, and each one is special. Here we had all these characters, but we needed to come up with a story. And when does it take place? Is it the past? Is it the present? Is it the future? And that's what we do as filmmakers. We sit around and we create fantasy. We say, how do we take all of these elements and actually make a good story about it? And what we did is sort of make an old-fashioned story in a futuristic setting. CGI can be an important part of every movie, and Tekken is no different. We needed to have somebody who could handle this big undertaking. And there's a fellow by the name of Anthony Riazzi. He's worked on a lot of pictures, like The Matrix, and I'm sure you'll get to hear from him. He'll tell you what other movies he's made. And he worked really, really hard to keep the authenticity of it, to make the anvil look like the anvil, to make the science fiction place look futuristic but not silly. We had to have a real Tekken look. And Anthony Riazzi now is a Tekken soldier. The actual fighting, we wanted it realistic, we wanted it hard, we wanted the fans to be able to look at it and go, you know what? That's Tekken. These guys have really done it. It's the first time where they've taken a video game and have really made it on a film. And they were all Tekken fans and fanatics. And we set up this huge gymnasium where they worked every day, and what they would do is they would take the game, they would study the game, and they would want to copy the uniqueness of the game and each particular style of the game and bring something new to it as well.
The story is so archetypical. It's the prodigal son. You've got Jin as sort of the wayward son, the son who's far away. Then you've got Kazuya, who's like the son who stayed behind with the father and is chafing. When is it going to be my time? When is it going to be my time? And then all these sides clash. So fathers, sons, it's as old as time. From the beginning, from the time that Dwight and I were talking about casting, Ian, he was Kazuya. I mean, I remember seeing him on 24. There were some other things I saw, and I just knew this is the guy who can play Kazuya. He just had the voice, he had the temperament, he had the intensity in his eyes to really bring that character to life. And it was great because I remember suggesting him, and now to have him here, that to me has just been, that was a real coup. That's where you actually see a character, envision it, and it comes to life. He comes to life exactly the way I wrote it. The intensity of it is what's going to be so fantastic. I mean, you really feel like that the fighting isn't just about being balletic and being, wow, isn't that great? Wow, that's a cool move. Each fight tells a story. Each fight feels very human, very personal. We trust each other. I know he sees what I'm writing. I know when I say something, he envisions what I'm saying, and we have kind of almost a second language that goes on. I know that if I say this, boom, he's going to see it this way. And then when he says something, well, what if we do this? I can then translate that into words that will work for everyone and will work for him. So it's been good. It's been a really good working relationship.
Making Tekken has really been a lot of fun, but it's also kind of challenging. And one of the things we've been trying to do is create a look for this film that's more realistic than the video game, but still has a lot of the feeling, the visceral kind of color and things that happen during the game. So that's actually been like one of the best parts of this project, is creating this sort of period, post-apocalyptic, modern world, and also keeping a sense of reality with the look of it.
definitely one of the biggest sets I have ever built. So it definitely is very exciting to control a piece of real estate like this, and like it basically becomes your home, and it feels a little bit like a rock show or like a concert thing. It's kind of exciting. Like every time morning you walk in and you have 2,500 inflatable people waiting for you. Well, Kelly Wagner, our casting director, really had to scour not just the entire planet, but digging deep into the entire martial arts world. And recasted thousands of people, ultimately put 5 through a screen test, brought John 2 more times in from Bangkok, not because we have a question, but you always want to make sure this is the guy. And every single round, he walked away as the winner. This is Jin.
Usually when a production designer works on a film, you're kind of copying something. You're trying to recreate a certain time period or whatnot. With this, it's, you know, I can do whatever I want. The future is not known, so we get to kind of make it here. So for me, this is an absolute pleasure to get to create this whole new world. The arena for me has always been, I mean, that's sort of the crux of the whole thing. I mean, this is where we see the battles. This is sort of the point of Tekken. That's what you sort of identify with. So creating that space was certainly a challenge. And that's the first thing we started building and designing and working on and everything. So that's been an absolute joy to see that all sort of come together and become, you know, become the Iron Fist arena.